we can see their frustration. We can see the desperation. You can see the number of pickups that they are moving around in Asawase alone. I have seen them move around in Asawase with more than 20 pickups with heavily built young men. What for? I challenge anybody to tell me whether he has seen one single pickup by NDC tax going around. We want this election to be peaceful. So we've done everything to make sure that this is peaceful. We don't see same from our compatriots, the MPP. We are pleading with them. So far, Asawase has been calm. We've been able to go through all this. Let's finish it hard. Let the will of the people prevail. Secondly, at Ababu number 2, there was another incident of vote buying where a young man was seen with several cars of young other persons. And what he does simply is that he's been giving money. So when you come, you are going to vote, he gives you your card, but he doesn't give you the money. When you go and vote and you snap the picture, you come to show him, then he's not sure that you voted for MPP, then he gives you the money. We arrested him. As law-abiding citizens, we'll call the police to come and pick him. And the police came to pick him. We are saying all this to point to you that we are doing everything humanly possible to abide by the laws. We could have maimed him. We could have taken the laws into our hands on both incidents, but we didn't do that. The third incident also happened at Malan Ladan in Akotia line, where a young man got to the station only to realize that his name has been ticked. He insisted that he didn't vote. He had not voted. It almost became a fracas. And we had to plead with people there. Look, I strongly believe one vote matters, but one vote cannot make a decision in Asawase. By the grace of God, one vote will not. So we want to preserve the peace. We are now about to go for counting and collation. We are pleading with the media. Please, sharpen your skills. If anything that we have seen so far if anything that so far, this incident, 3 incidents that had happened, it tells all of us the level of desperation MPP is in. And we believe, and that's one of the reasons why we were insisting that the collation center be done in a built-up community, where the community itself protects the collation center. Now it is at the outskirts. It is our prayer that all of you will do your very best to ensure that we all have the right things, we'll do the right things, we'll abide by the laws, so that at the end of the day, this election will be very peaceful and free and fair. So we want to thank you sincerely for your support the whole day. You've been with us, throughout the thick and thin. We believe in about an hour and a half from now, the decision of the people of Asawase will be made known to all of us. And we are very confident that democracy will be the victorious at the end of this day. But thank you so much for coming.
Alaji, you talked about some people bringing in ballot papers that has already been printed. How many of them have you received so far? And how were you able to, identify the person? And where is that person as we speak?
Well, when this happened, the police officer at that police station handcuffed the young man. The video is here, and we are going to share it with all of you. The video. That's at the New Zongo. At New Zongo. New Zongo. That's Babalati. To be precise, that's the name of the police station, Babalati. That's where it happened. The police officer on duty handcuffed the young man and then collected the sheets from him. Initially, we all didn't know the content of the sheet. And then when he was making an attempt to count it, that was when we realized that it was all stamped Halidu Seidu. And it has the stamp of EC at its back. So it all had Halidu Seidu's, it was all printed in Halidu Seidu's name.
But when you look at the difference between this one and the one that the EC is using for this election,
yes,
the difference is clear.
The stamp, the EC stamp at the back is here. That's exactly why we are saying that should it happen that there's a single overvoting in a polling station, we want to validate every single ballot paper that has gone in. Because we are very confident that, yes, if you look at the way it's been printed, yes, because of the struggle, people holding in the sweat, if it is original, it is torn from a booklet. So the edge will not be this sharp. But because during counting, the eagerness to finish counting is there. The tendency for you not to be looking at the nitty-gritty and the final details of the ballot paper is very high. That's why we are saying, should we record any overvoting at any of our polling stations, we will insist that every single ballot be inspected, its serial number, and check the authenticity of each sheet because of what we have seen. But because the sizes are the same, so the attempt, if you are not careful, what is easiest is that it will all be counted as part of the ballot. But if we have any single incident of voting, we will insist that each sheet be inspected. And we believe that by the time those sheets are inspected, all those foreign materials could be identified, even though they may be having the EC stamp at the back. Because all of us, what is on our mind is that, oh, let's just check the seal. Is the stamp there? That would have been the thing that we'll be doing. Now we will know that EC, for whatever reason, some of them have compromised themselves. The stamp has found its way in the hands of our opponents, but at least the description of the sheet and the serial numbers and other things, we definitely believe will not be same. So that is what we'll be doing.
What are you expecting will happen to those arrested?
Well, he also asked what happened to a young man. In fact, initially there was a lot of tension. The people wanted to beat, they wanted to maim. The police officer was only one. When the military officers came, they whisked the young man away. Well, we are hearing some rumor that the young man has already been released. As to whether it is true or not, we cannot really tell. But the fact is that the young man was whisked away by the military.
Okay, so that is the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Asawase constituency, Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak. He is just addressing some concerns about alleged stuffing of ballot boxes, and he is saying that they will ensure the validation of all ballot papers during the counting. And then we just have counting is about to start, and poll is ending at most of the polling stations in the Asawase constituency, and he says that they will not allow any unvalidated ballot paper inside the counting during the collation, and they will ensure that they are going to trace whichever foreign material that has found its way into the ballot box in any of the polling stations in the Asawase constituency. They are going to make sure that they will trace those things and draw the attention of the Electoral Commission officers, and they will resist any attempt to try to use those unvalidated ballots as part of the counting process. So polling is ending or closing across some polling stations in the Asawase constituency. For the few polling stations which had some people left, the Electoral Commission officers are ensuring that they will finish the voting so that they can close the poll and sorting and counting can start. So bring you up to speed of whatever will transpire.
So that is Ashanti Regional Correspondent Hafiz Tijani bringing us up to speed what is happening in the Ashanti region, the Asawase constituency, to be precise. Before that, we heard Muntaka Mubarak, of course, telling us what his reservations are with the process so far. He mentioned vote buying, he mentioned the incidence of unvalidated ballots and how the NDC would ensure that the counting is subjected to the strictest proof of ballot accounting and auditing in the processes so far, and also mentioned another person who was the issue of, supposed overvoting or multiple voting, or a person went to the polling center. His name has been checked, but he has not voted. Clement, briefly, on the issues raised by Muntaka at his press briefing, and generally, before we move to the other parts of the country to find out how things are generally with regards to the closing of polls.
No, so quickly, I'll touch on the issue of the staffing as alleged by Honorable Muntaka of the